Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, August 20th through Sunday, August 26th, 2018. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. So first I want to say, can you believe that this month of August is coming to an end? We do have a few more days after this week before the actual end of August, but I just can't believe how fast time is going by, especially since the eclipses of July and August have happened, which, by the way, if you haven't watched my monthly angel card reading for August, that is up on my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma. And just a few days ago, I did a special Soul Reflections video, which is specifically about the energies that are to come now that the eclipses are over with. And it does include a little kind of mini reading as far as messages from our angels and guides. So you'll be wanting to check that out as well. Again, it's the Soul Reflections video on my channel, Colleen Lemma. So for this week's reading, let's go ahead and look at your stones of choice so you can decide what special message you would like. And the first stone of choice here is Howlite. And Howlite does come in different colors, but you mostly see it in the white variety. And you can see this is white. It's got some gray kind of inclusion energies in it, which is typical. The white Howlite is a stone of wisdom and enlightenment. And it helps to achieve a better understanding of yourself, other people around you, and a better understanding of your life. It helps with a connection to the higher realms, and it removes the veils that are blocking the truths in your life. Your second stone of choice is rose quartz, and this is one that everyone's probably familiar with. This is a rose quartz heart. It's got that nice soft pink nurturing energy to it, and the rose quartz is good for healing of heart chakra and negative emotions. It helps to clear away anger, resentment, jealousy. It helps to circulate unconditional love and divine loving energy within your aura. And it also is a stone of romance and helps to attract love. Your last stone of choice is a type of fluorite, and it's very faint here. I think you can see that this is rainbow fluorite. The rainbow fluorite has these different rainbow of colors, if I can get my fingers out of the way there for you to see, the rainbow of colored bands there that are within this particular fluorite. Now fluorite does in and of itself, you can get just green fluorite, or you can get, just blue fluorite, but this rainbow one is a special one. And rainbow fluorite is highly protective, as well as stabilizing, grounding, and harmonizing of the spiritual energies within and outside of you. This rainbow fluorite helps to increase your intuitive abilities with the upper chakras. It helps to link the human mind to universal consciousness. And it does also strengthen our connection to spirit, or the spiritual realms. So again, your stones of choice, we have a double terminated howlite, we have a rose quartz heart, and a double terminated rainbow fluorite. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the astrology for the week. Now, we're going to skip all the way to Thursday before we have something prominent happening. And on Thursday, the 23rd of August, the sun is moving into the sign of Virgo. So our Leo fire energy, as far as the sun is concerned, is now moving into this practical earth sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo is a mutable sign. So even though we think of the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We think of them as very practical and grounded and, working hard and that kind of thing. Now, Virgo does work hard, and it has a practical side to it. But out of the earth signs, it is the least grounded of the earth signs, and that's because Virgo is a mutable sign. And mutable means changeable. It means that it can vacillate in its energy, and it can change, with its energy, and it's kind of like a go with the flow sort of energy. Now with the earth signs and going with the flow, that as far as the mutable signs are concerned, which the mutable signs, by the way, are Gemini and Sagittarius and Virgo and Pisces. But as far as the mutable signs are concerned, Virgo is the least flexible, even though it's still that mutable, changeable, flexible kind of energy. So, with the sun moving into Virgo here, we're going to have more of a focus now for the next month on practicality, on paying attention to the details, taking things step by step, looking at the small steps that we need to take to get to the larger picture of where we want to go. Virgo is very connected to health matters. So, this is mostly with physical health, but also it can deal with spiritual health as well, which is why a lot of Virgos go into healing or health professions. This is going to also allow us to pay more attention to energies of discernment, where we're, one of the psychic abilities of Virgo, and Virgos often think that they're not psychic at all because, again, that logical, practical kind of Virgo mind, that analytical mind of Virgo kind of gets in the way, if you will, of their intuition sometimes, or they're trusting and believing in their own intuition, but they have great powers of discernment. So this energy with the sun in Virgo, this is about discerning, people, or discerning people's motives, or discerning the next step, on your path for yourself. Now on Saturday the 25th, this I feel is a very powerful energy, but yet it seems so simple. The sun is in Virgo and it's making a positive connection to Uranus in another earth sign, which is Taurus. And the sun also is making a positive connection to Saturn, which is in the other earth sign of Capricorn. So what do we call this? We call this a Grand Trine, because we have planets in all three of the earth signs that are connecting and harmonizing in a positive way with one another. And the configuration in an astrology chart looks like a triangle. That's why we call it a Grand Trine. Okay, so we have three planets connecting that look again like this very harmonizing triangle energy. Now, we already talked about what the sun in Virgo is about. Uranus, which is a planet of higher dimensional energies and sudden and unexpected redirections, and it rules technology. It rules the fifth dimensional energies, or higher, again, that higher consciousness energy. That planet is in the sign of Taurus, which is, again, it has this grounding effect to this higher dimensional energy planet. But Taurus is a manifestation sign. In fact, all of the earth signs rule the third dimension and so have an ability to manifest things. So with Uranus and Taurus anyway, which it spends 7 years in a sign, so Uranus is going to be here for quite some time, but it has this ability to manifest higher dimensional energies on this third dimensional earth plane. And then we have Saturn in Capricorn. And Saturn, as we know, we call him the teacher of lessons or the lord of karma. He deals with karmic situations. He deals with limitation and restriction. But the positive side of Saturn is that he also is a planet of manifestation in an earth sign, Capricorn, that has that manifestation quality as well. Saturn rules structure and form and building a solid foundation. And yes, sometimes Saturn likes to take his sweet time in getting to whatever the end result is going to be, but he still has that ability to, over time, to kind of build something that's strong and solid and long-lasting. So with these three planets coming together in the earth signs, the sun in Virgo, Uranus in Taurus, Saturn in Capricorn, we have an ability, I want to say, not just on Saturday when this is exact with one another here, but also perhaps on Friday, even maybe Thursday, as it's starting to come into its, its closeness, its, exactness. So Thursday, Friday, especially Saturday when it's exact, and maybe even Sunday before it really starts to pull apart, this aspect, is going to have this manifestation kind of quality to it. And a little bit of magical manifestation because Uranus is in the mix. Again, Uranus ruling the higher dimensional energies, the fifth dimension, rather than what we usually think of as living in the third dimension here. Although we have been graduating to the fifth dimension anyway, so a good deal of our planetary energies and people's consciousness have already risen to that higher dimension. But Uranus is going to give it that little kick to kind of make things happen. So take the steps, pay attention to the details with the Sun in Virgo, create a sense of focus and, take responsibility and be your own authority with that Saturn there. Have patience, but Uranus can kick something into manifesting around this time if you have been working on something, if you will, and if you focus your energies in the right way. On Sunday the 26th, we have a full moon at 3 degrees Pisces. So this full moon happens very early in the morning Eastern time, 7:56 a.m. Eastern time. So we're going to really feel it the day before on Saturday as well, along with that Grand Trine we just talked about. So again, the full moon brings things to a crescendo, and Pisces rules the spiritual realm. So whereas Pisces isn't always the greatest of manifestation signs, when you couple that with that Grand Trine in Earth, there could be some really magical things happening. If you visualize what you desire, put out your intentions through prayer or mantra or even written form, if you will, or speaking it aloud with, unconditional love in your heart and passion in your voice. Also on Sunday the 26th, Venus, the planet of love, relationships, as well as money and finances, is challenging Pluto. It's in a square aspect, which is a challenging aspect to Pluto. And Pluto is the planet of power, control, transformation, regeneration, death and rebirth, transmuting lower vibrational energies. So what do I think about this? This could be some sort of transformation within relationship matters or some sort of transformation with money matters. But Venus is in the sign of Libra, and Libra does rule partnerships of all kinds. So more than likely we're going to see some transformation energies within relationships. Now, I said it's in a challenging square. It doesn't mean it's all bad. There might be some little hiccups or something to go through, but in the end it can help to transform and regenerate an existing relationship to a deeper, more spiritual kind of form, if you will. So it can bring that idea of transformation in. So it depends again on how you want to utilize those energies. Now, just a little heads up for next week as we get to next week's weekly reading, which will start with Monday, August 27th. On Monday, August 27th, Mars, the planet of forward movement, the planet of energy and action, is finally going to turn back to direct motion at 28 degrees of Capricorn. So we'll talk more about that in next week's reading, but I wanted to tell you now because Mars this week is going to be stationing. It's going to be at sort of a standstill of energy. And when Mars, the planet of energy and action, is at a standstill, it might feel like events in your life, circumstances, situations in your life are not unfolding. Nothing's happening, or it's not moving as fast as you would like. There's some sort of delay. So know that if there's some sort of delay, even with this Grand Trine in Earth and with our full moon of, the crescendo of energy here, the powerful energy coming with the full moon, it doesn't necessarily mean that something's going to manifest in its entirety this week, but take the steps and have the patience to watch that as soon as Mars goes direct next week, that things may start to then unfold in a more timely manner. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cards to see what the messages from our angels are all about this week here. So the first card, wow, okay, we start out with Major Arcana number 2, the High Priestess with Archangel Haniel. Now, Archangel Haniel is an archangel that rules our healing abilities and our psychic abilities. So you can call upon her to assist in expanding, those abilities for you. The message at the bottom says, listen to your intuition. Okay, and it says, have patience. Well, there's that have patience. And then it says, consider carefully what you want before acting. Consider carefully what you want before acting. Again, because I believe that Grand Trine in Earth is a powerful manifestation tool. And so therefore, when you put out your intentions or when you take certain actions to make something happen, you want to make sure that that's exactly what you want to happen, because we have that full moon powerful energy along with the Grand Trine in Earth, Mars going direct next week. So be very, aware of what it is that you really desire in your life and how how you want things to unfold in your life. So again, the High Priestess, okay, here she's shown, again, Archangel Haniel with these big, beautiful golden wings, very spiritual kind of vibration there with the gold energy. She's holding a book. Now, the High Priestess is a very magical, deity. This is very divine feminine energy to me. The High Priestess, divine feminine energy, powerful divine feminine energy, make things happen. To me, it's almost like, I want to call it a book of spells, but that sounds kind of witchy. But, it's a book of higher information, or a book of how to manifest things and make things happen, like the powerful priestesses of the old times. It could also possibly be the book of the Akashic records, your spiritual records of history, of different lifetimes and things that you've gone through and what you've learned, and gifts, talents, and abilities that are carried over into this lifetime. So, tap into, I feel like this is for us to tap into that magical, powerful High Priestess energy this week. And again, above all, listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to be heightened, especially with the full moon in Pisces. Pisces is one of the most psychic signs of the zodiac, and we have a full moon this week in Pisces. So pay attention, to clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, whatever ability or abilities you might be strong in. Let's take a look at the second card. Okay, the second card, this is interesting. It's a fire card, and we have no fire. Well, but the beginning of the week, the sun is still in Leo. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, before the sun moves into Virgo on Thursday, the sun is still in Leo, which is a fire sign, but a little surprised to see the King of Fire here. And at the top it says motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. And the message at the bottom says focus, focus, focus. Okay, and we were just kind of talking about focusing your intentions. It says communicate with vision. I'm going to add with passion. Communicate with vision and passion, okay? And be a healer, be a leader. So that must have been not a mistake when I said healer. They want you to be a healer, but the card actually says be a leader. And then it says advice from someone creative. Now, again, the fire element, very creative, very energetic, very spiritual vibration. The king is the most mature of the court cards. So the king is a very grounded, sensible, mature, practical energy, but yet, because it's the king of fire, he's also very ambitious and creative and leadership oriented and, ready to take charge and make things happen. And, this particular king, if you will, although again it's an angel and it's a feminine angel. So here we have this masculine king energy, but the picture shows a feminine kind of angel, and she's on a dragon. And again, that dragon is purple. And, I'm drawn to that purple energy. And whenever I think of the sign of Pisces, a lot of times I relate the signs of the zodiac to particular colors. And to me, the Pisces energy, the energy of our full moon this week, is purple to me. I always think of Pisces and I think of that purple energy. Why? Because purple is the color of the crown chakra, that chakra of higher awareness and opening up to higher vibrational energies, universal energies. And Pisces to me is that, because again, it's that universal unconditional love, compassion, selfless service to other people, humanitarian kind of energy. And healer kind of energy too, which is why I think I said, be a healer as well as be a leader here. But I feel like we're needing to take charge, we're needing to make something happen for ourselves and allow your creative efforts to shine through, allow your kind of colorful energy to shine through, as well as your, again, charismatic, magnetic, and even physical energy. So there's something here about taking charge, making things happen, and moving forward with your plans. Okay, let's take a look at the last card here before we get to the special message cards. The last card, okay, we have another major arcana, and notice it's the next one after the High Priestess. Major arcana number 2, the High Priestess. Now we have major arcana number 3 and the Empress. So again, divine feminine energy with the Empress, very strong this week. And this is ruled by Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Gabriel or Archangel Gabriel, depending on if you want to look at that archangel as more feminine or masculine, is the archangel of communication, receiving and giving messages, all forms of creative self-expression, especially, teaching, speaking, writing, again, all those forms of communication. The message at the bottom, lavish abundance. Oh, that sounds lovely. Lavish abundance. And then it says, give birth to your dreams, which is what we normally think of when we think of the Empress. The Empress is always pregnant in the card and getting ready to give birth. She's not giving birth, and she hasn't already given birth, but she's getting ready to give birth. So give birth to your dreams and nurture yourself and others. Okay, again, this divine feminine energy is very loving, very nurturing, very spiritual, as is, again, that Pisces full moon energy, and as that Virgo energy is. Virgo is actually a feminine sign of the zodiac. Pisces is a feminine sign of the zodiac. So we have a lot of feminine energy here that's coming through. And again, Archangel Gabriel has the golden wings, a little bit tinged with orange. So, we're talking about, to me, the solar plexus chakra, our center of personal power, and the high priestess is a very powerful divine feminine energy. And then this is tinged with a little bit of orange with the gold, and to me that's sacral chakra energy. And the sacral chakra rules our creative self-expression, our passion, as well as our sexuality. And sexual energy isn't just about that act, but sexual energy is a very creative and powerful divine feminine energy as well. Because when you put passion behind something, when you put that kind of energy behind something, it fuels your intention to make things happen. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So we're going to give the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck here a little shuffle. Okay, we're going to shuffle it a little bit more. And we're going to ask for the Howlite people, a message for the Howlite people. This one's starting to stick up. Howlite people, Mother Earth and Mau. I hope I'm saying that right. Mau, Mother Earth. Now, the first thing I thought of when I turned it over, and we will look at the message for Mother Earth, but I feel like, again, that Earth energy with Virgo and the Taurus, Uranus, and the Capricorn, Saturn that comes into play. I feel like you're really supposed to take advantage of that Grand Trine in Earth that we talked about, okay? So put a special intention out, Friday, Saturday, one of those days, as that's coming to a head with the Sun in Virgo, Uranus and Taurus, Saturn in Capricorn. Because I feel like you can really utilize that energy to manifest something on the third dimensional Earth plane. The message at the bottom, it says you are called upon to help with environmentalism. So, that could be quite a literal message where you're here to help the earth, nature, the animals, in some way, shape, or form. This doesn't even seem related to this card per se, but when I, again, looked at the image here, we do see the goddess Mau holding the planet Earth, but what caught my attention right now is the mountains in the background. And I almost felt like, it felt like some of you were getting ready to move or thinking about relocating from where you're living. And, one of the things that popped in was by the time we get to like the winter time, which, here in the United States, we're going to be approaching winter, November, December, January, February. Those of you on the other side of the world, I know you're in the southern hemisphere and you're in your winter now, but I felt like here it was going to be in or around the time of winter that maybe the relocation, if that's indeed what you're thinking of, may actually then start to manifest or take place. Okay, this could also be something literal to where you're moving somewhere where there is mountains, but that also came in as well as I looked at this. Let me see if there's anything else that comes in. That gold energy seems to be throughout this reading, because I'm also drawn to the gold energy in her hair, the gold energy in her clothes, around her neck. Even her arm has this golden kind of energy. So again, higher vibrational energies, which leads me back to that Grand Trine and the full moon in Pisces that's happening, and to utilize that particular energy for yourself this week to manifest something. All right, for those of you that chose the rose quartz heart, looking for rose quartz heart, this one's calling my attention here. Mauve with cycles and rhythms. The message at the bottom: honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Now, right away when I saw this, and a lot of times when I'm doing readings and I get this, I also feel like this is about honoring the cycles of the stars, or honoring the cycles within your astrological chart, honoring the cycles of the moon. And the moon is related to our emotions and to our, physical body as well. So I feel like something, this again kind of leads me to the full moon in Pisces. I feel like for you, we're honoring this cycle of death and rebirth, ebb and flow. How, if you're in a waxing cycle in your life, and, birthday year to birthday year, you're in a different energy, numerologically speaking, and sometimes it's an energy of the ebb, and sometimes it's an energy of the flow. So if you're in this waxing flow kind of cycle, things manifest much more easily and move much more easily, and there's a lot of action in those types of years. But if you're in the ebb kind of energy, if you're in ebb birthday cycle, then it's much more surrender, allow, let go. It's about healing, going with the flow. So your angels and guides are really wanting you to honor those cycles of action versus non-action in your life, in your year-to-year, beingness, in your astrological chart. And also, again, just the message of honoring the cycles of your energy levels, your emotions. I feel like some of you are purging something, and around the full moon time, Pisces being a water sign, is tuned into our emotions. It's tuned into healing, letting go, releasing, surrendering. So I feel like you're going to be maybe more emotional for this full moon. And that is something coming up to the surface to be released and let go. So allow it to come up to the surface. Allow yourself to feel those emotions, even if you don't have any logical idea or sense of where they're coming from. This is something that needs to happen for you to kind of move through the healing process in some way. And with your energy levels too, if you're feeling extra tired, which can often occur again around a full moon, our energies, get a little intensified in different ways. So allow yourself that extra rest if your physical body needs it. All right, and then for those of you that chose the rainbow fluorite, okay, let's ask for rainbow fluorite. This one's calling my attention. Bast with independence or independent. Again, we have that yellow energy, bright yellow energy here in this card as well. Solar plexus. Sense of personal power, empower yourself, take charge, especially with this card to me. Empower yourself, own your power, merge with your power. The message at the bottom: your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So, something else that pops in is that some of you may have just ended relationships, or be maybe perhaps getting ready to, or the relationship is, starting to dissolve in some way. So they're really talking about your sense of independence here, your sense of personal identity, taking care of yourself. And this is not a bad thing or a negative. It doesn't mean you're going to not, have another relationship if that be the case. If you are in a space of ending or having ended a relationship. What it is saying is that this is a time for you to really find your sense of power again, to find yourself again, and to really pay attention to that and almost like enjoy that. I want to say, I'm trying to look for another word, but enjoy that, honor that, know that, like almost celebrate. That's the word I'm looking for. They're giving me celebrate your sense of self-identity, celebrate your sense of newfound independence. They're also saying some of you may have a newfound sense of independence from a particular job or career situation as well. So again, celebrate that sense of independence, and that whatever that is, a situation or a possible relationship, is leaving you so that an eventual something new will be able to come in. Okay? So this is about, again, finding that sense of power and strength within yourself. Let me see if there's anything else that I can see or hear or feel from this card. Okay, nothing else is coming in right now for that, but again, very powerful reading with the divine feminine energies here for everyone. I want to send you all a lot of love and light. I want to thank you all too. Thank you all for hanging with me every week, watching my videos, subscribing to the channel, sharing my videos, as well as sharing and commenting on my Facebook posts. Instagram, I'm still trying to get into that a little bit more, but I am on Instagram now. I have to start utilizing that a little bit more. I am in the process of transforming my own website, so there will be new things up and coming there, including more of an ability to list all of my Sacred Soul Empowerment products. So just know that that's in the works as well. And thank you so much for all of your support, all of your love, all of your light. And I send you many, many angel blessings.